familiar, and you would be right, because this is the same kind of car that I drive, but a different year. What I'm driving right now, this is a 1990 Corvette. 89 to 91 was a crossover year for these guys. You had the new interior, like it's not the same as mine, but it's like the same styling. It was the first generation of this interior, so to speak. Fun, but it had the old engine, the L98. So instead of making, it was not making 300 horsepower to the crank, it was making 245 to the crank. Oh no. This Corvette actually has one of the more rare options you could have got from the factory. It has the ride control deal, so you can switch it from performance, sport, or tour. We're gonna put it back at tour, see what happens. Now does that actually makes a difference. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Now I put it at sport, does that do anything? Let's take it around the corner. Okay, that is a little bit different. And then back at the performance crap, which is, yeah, that's performance. And if you go on forums for Corvettes, if you're looking to buy a C4, a lot of people will say that the 89 to 91 Corvettes are the best Corvettes you could buy. And this is why, because it had the new interior with an airbag, it had the old engine, so it didn't have the crazy OptiSpark deal that my car has. And it's still fast, like it's a good time. It's a 4-speed automatic, and I really thought that this thing was going to be a complete slouch. It's not. This car belongs to my friend Andy, and he's actually selling this car right now. So after you guys watch the video, if you actually like the car, you guys think it's really cool, and you're interested in looking for a C4 right now, I'll put his contact information at the bottom of the description. So if you want to get this car, you know, you can contact him. He's in Southern Maryland. These seats are nice, man. I like these things. So for all you guys that don't know anything about C4 Corvettes, but if you're on this channel and you've been listening to my stupid ass talk for any extent of time, you might know a little bit. A lot of people will say the best C4 Corvette you can possibly buy is the newest one you can afford. And that's only half true. Let me put this in perspective. If you wanted a 1996 Corvette with an LT4 and there was one for sale for 8 grand and it had 160,000 miles on it, would you buy that? I'll tell you damn well I wouldn't. That's scary. One of the main things I looked for when I was buying my Corvette was it had to be under 100K. Like, I did not want a car that was over 100K. This thing just rolled over 70,000. We're at 70,180 miles, so she's still got a lot of motor left in her. If you were looking for a car to have as a fun car, as a just a what the hell, why not car, for a car that I would just want for shits and giggles, for fun, just to daily drive and not ever have to worry about it, this is what I'd buy. So some of the things that have been done to this car, the exhaust is not stock. It doesn't have like a full-blown exhaust system on it, so to speak. What it does have, it has the exhaust deleted. So it's just got tips for mufflers, which is cool because it sounds very, very good. The one thing that L98s have on LT1s is the sound. These things have such an iconic sound. I don't know. I want this sound in my car. Now the rims on this car, these are from a C6 ZR1 if I'm not mistaken. They're like smoked. They're not like complete chrome. They're a little bit darker. I was never a fan of the straight up chrome ZR1 rims because I don't know, it just looked too cheap. It looked too plastic. These, it's a little bit more classy. It fits the rest of the car better. And the interior of this car, it's definitely not in the best condition in the world. We got some rips around this seat right here. There's a few rips on the passenger seat as well. But there's something you got to realize about this car. It's 26 years old and it's still running strong. Like, I mean, give me a break. 89 to 91 Corvettes, I will say there's not many of them for sale. So if that's like the target year that you're looking for a C4, if that's what you're into, this is a pretty good example of one. Mechanically, sound. Perfect, no problems. Physically, it could use some love. You know, the paint isn't in the greatest of condition. The front's got a couple things. The interior could use a little bit of work inside. But one thing it does have going for it that I really appreciate, especially in C4 Corvettes, the stereos that were put in C4 Corvettes, most of them were Bose stereos. The way they wired the head unit, you had to get like a special adapter so you could put a different radio in here. That is like, say you want an aux cord or something. You couldn't do that. If you put a different radio in without any kind of wiring harness in this car, it would blow the speakers out. Andy's already got an aftermarket head unit. It's a double-din JVC. It looks great. It doesn't look too gaudy and ridiculous. And it fits in the center well. You know, it's sometimes when people buy like aftermarket radios, it doesn't fit perfectly. This fits, like, it looks factory. I mean, it's a little bit brighter than the rest of the interior, but in terms of fit, it looks factory. Whoa. I said no. I said I wouldn't do it. The tires on this car are great. Okay, they're not worn down. They don't look like someone's been doing a burnout for 3 minutes. I mean, the tires on this are pretty new. That's what I'm saying, baby. The tack in this thing is crazy. It says it's redlining when it's idling. It makes no sense and then goes back down. It's so weird. But the thing is, this is an automatic, so it doesn't even matter. If you want it, if you want to go fast, you mat it. Like, end of story, you just mat it. You're not shifting the damn thing, so who cares? But apparently every 1990 like C4 Corvette, like the tachometer, this would happen. But let me real quick talk about like the main thing about these motors that the LT1 doesn't have. L98s had a traditional distributor, okay? Normal distributor, like at the back of the motor where you could just plug in and plug out all the different spark plugs. LT1s did not have a traditional distributor. They put the damn distributor in the front of the motor right below the water pump. Now you're probably thinking, why is that a big deal? Who cares, right? This is why it's a problem. One, changing the spark plugs is damn near impossible, okay? It's so hard to do. Not only is it hard to get at the spark plugs at the motor, but then you gotta reach around in the front of the damn motor to get at this OptiSpark. And then it's below the water pump. And if you guys know anything about water pumps and the way they're designed, most of them have what's called a weep hole, so there's a little bit of hole that water can drip out of it if it like overflows or something, whatever. Water can drip down into the spark plug. Water could drip down into the OptiSpark, and you could probably imagine why people will say don't drive a late 90s C4 Corvette through rain, because otherwise it'll shut itself off. And the other thing that's crazy about this, I can't believe it, the ride control actually works. You know, one of the biggest things about these ride controls, and the reason why people don't like getting cars with ride control, is because half the time these things would go bad, and they were a bitch to fix, so nobody fixed them. End of story. Not only does this one work, but I can feel a difference. Like if I set this thing in performance, holy crap, it is completely different. But I just want to say once again, thank you for Andy for letting me drive this thing. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely an experience because I had, my God. Back to touring. If you want a budget fun car, and you want an L98, you don't want to deal with OptiSpark. You know, you don't want to worry about it. You want a low mileage car, and you want something that's going to be reliable and you can turn on every day and have a good